Now, listen, you guys, it seems like Lil Kim is out there ditching her little boy toy for a new boy toy, okay? Now, we're also going to be talking about Rihanna and these big girl moves that she's out there pulling, as well as this entire situation with Nicki Minaj having an official opening act for the second leg of her tour. And Bongo too, you guys, it seems like the sympathy stands have already commenced now that we are very close to the court dates. Now, these are some of the things that we are going to be talking about in this video. Hello, tea lovers, and welcome to the tea plug. I trust you guys are doing well, and I trust you are doing great. Personally, I am doing great, you guys. I am doing extremely amazing. And without further ado, let us dive straight into today's tea. Guys, for this particular video, allow me to have a laid back approach because I do not know what's going on right now. I don't feel like following structure. So yeah, let us talk about Lil Kim, okay? Now, they are saying that the girl was spotted in the club with Antonio Brown. And so people are like, okay, what happened to that little teenager? Well, technically, the boy wasn't a teenager, but was a little boy regardless, okay? And so people were like, what is happening with that, okay? So does it mean that, well, she finally got to ditch the little boy and now is going with Antonio Brown? Now, first of all, I'm glad that she has done away with the little boy because I didn't understand that relationship to begin with. And that little boy was the one who was trying to check Lil Kim's baby daddy for not being there for, you know, the child and stuff like that. And I was like, stay in a child's place, okay? So I'm glad that she's done with that, okay? That being said, moving on with Antonio Brown, I'm like, do women not learn? What is our problem? Like, literally, Antonio Brown? Like, how many women have cried because of him? And you're rushing to him. And I promise you, when you are done, do you know what they're going to run around talking about? Yeah, they will talk about your face. They will talk about your body. Why are you exposing yourself to these immature men? Honestly, you understand? I'm not like Kim's #1 fan, but I would hate to see her being exposed to drag Asians by a man like Antonio Brown. Like, I really just wouldn't love that because all the red flags are there when it comes to that man's dating history. Oh my God. Anyway, let me know in the comment section what you think about Lil Kim's new boy toy, okay? The next thing that we are going to talk about, Bongo too. Yeah, it seems like, well, the publicity stunts allegedly have started because, well, while she was in Europe recently, there were a bunch of people, well, a couple of people, maybe two, maybe one, that were out there screaming, "Free Tory," when she was walking around, "Free Tory, free Tory." And of course, the video is making its rounds on social media. And critics are beginning to question whether that was like an organic, like an actual video, like an actual incident that happened, or whether that was staged. Because, I mean, I would find it really weird in Europe to have a bunch of men waiting outside for Bongo 2 just so they can scream "Free Tory" in Europe. I'm sorry, I'm not buying into that. If it were Canada, probably I would have bought into that. But in Europe, I'm just like, that's a little bit, I don't know, you guys. I'm not buying into this. First of all, she's not even that much of a factor in Europe, you know, for people to be outside waiting for her like that. Nah, I'm not buying it. I'm genuine. I'm not buying it. So yeah, of course, the internet critics are saying that, well, that is them trying to have a sympathy moment where, you know, people are like, oh my God, look at what's happening. Because you do know that, well, there have been some developments when it comes to their case and their court date is approaching. So people feel like, well, that is that fraudulent nation's way of trying to get sympathy, you know, for when the court thing happens so that they can present and say, oh, look at this girl. She's still suffering. She's still being harassed because of this and that, you know, trying to have that entire narrative. So let me know what you think about that in the comment section. Now, on the brighter side, it seems like Bongo 2 brought out that rapper of his that they did the Waflop song, the Watashi Waflop. Yeah, it seems like, well, she brought him out and they performed together and they're going to be shooting a music video, I guess, in Japan. So I don't know if that's, you know, the video shoot is going to happen before the court or after the court. I really don't know. And the way that she reacted in that video, you guys, I was just like, I don't know.
Free Tory, man. Free Tory lanes, man. Free Free Tory, man. Free Tory Lanez, man. Free Tory, man. Free Tory Lanez, man. Free Tory, man. Free Tory Lanez, man. Free Tory, man. Free Tory Lanez, man.
Anyway, the next thing that we are going to talk about, let us talk about Nicki Minaj. Oh yeah. So with the second leg of the tour approaching in September, it is being reported that while Nicki Minaj's Pink Friday 2 second leg is going to have an official opening act. And I was just like, yay! Not that she needs an opening act, but I'm just like, who's that going to be? I'm very interested to see who that opening act is going to be. Okay, who do you guys think is going to be opening for Nicki Minaj? Because we know that Paprika Spice bent that bridge. We also do know that I would have loved to see JT opening for Nicki Minaj, but then she's also going on her own tour, if I'm not mistaken, after the album. I think she's going to be going on tour, so probably that's not a thing. That's not going to happen. So maybe it's not even a female rapper. Maybe it's a male. I don't know who the opening act is going to be, but I cannot wait to see who that person is, because that's going to be massive for their career, and that's going to be life-changing for them, because that is an opportunity to perform in front of a very huge audience. Okay, so yeah, let me know in the comment section, you guys, who do you want to open for Nicki Minaj, or who do you think would be the perfect person to open for Nicki Minaj. Okay, the next thing that we are going to talk about, we're going to talk about Rihanna. Okay, one thing about Rihanna is she's just been doing, big girl things. She's just been, the moves have just been, big girlish. Okay, it is actually being reported. Well, she announced herself, she announced herself. She said on a Twitter, "I tried to tell you we're outside all of 2024. Proud to announce that Fenty Beauty is a premium partner of the Olympic and Paralympic Games, baby. Hashtag Fenty X Paris 2024. Okay, and congratulations to Rihanna, you guys. This girl is going far in as far as business is concerned. Obviously, she has a team supporting her and stuff like that, but like, I love this for her. I love how much she was able to build an empire for herself like this. I love it. Okay, and I understand that if she does not want to come back to music, because it is messy as it is. Okay, if I were Rihanna, I'm sure I would have done the same thing. I would have probably released the album when I feel like it, because now it's just a passion for her. It's not really about the money anymore. I'm sure I'd be like her. I'm sure I'd invest. I mean, we all want to follow our passions and things like that, but when it comes down to it, sometimes we have to sacrifice. You can't really spend a lot of time making music when you've got an opportunity to be making triple, quadruple the amount that you're making in music. So yeah, girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do. I'm happy for her on that regard. Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about, Saweetie. Saweetie is out there making people mad. Okay, it seems like people were criticizing her when she spoke about being homeless and things like that. People still are not believing that this girl was homeless at some point. So yeah, of course, when she sat down in an interview and opened up about that entire situation, people feel like she's just trying to be relatable, and people really do believe that just because she's related to some A-listers, to some celebrities, it means that she never struggled. And people like, you're Gabrielle Union's cousin, what do you mean you were homeless? And so this is what happens. After the interview that she did, I watched that interview and it was so wholesome. I will tell you all about the other details after I talk about this. So yeah, this person said this whole press run with her trying to convince everyone she grew up struggling is lame. Everyone goes through things, but she lied about being homeless for years and only now wants to talk about how she wasn't close with her parents. Seems fake to me. Okay, and that was in response to when Saweetie in that interview revealed that, well, she wasn't that close with her mother. She even cried in that interview, you guys. So yeah, and then she responded. She was like, enough is enough. I'm gonna control my narrative. She said, this is why some people prefer to appear cold and emotionless, because vulnerability is mocked. Okay, and I understand where she's coming from. I watched that interview, and I will tell you one thing that I've noticed about Saweetie is her energy has been consistent. You know, like when she speaks, you can tell that she really is speaking from the heart. She's not trying to do these things that don't come natural to her, these expressions that don't come natural to her. She's not trying to do all that. She's not trying to even be another person. Do you get what I'm saying? I feel like at a certain point in time, especially in female rap, seeing that you know, the person at the top is animated naturally. That's how they are. I feel like these girls always try to go out of their way to prove that, oh, I also have a personality, or I also can, you know, do this, or I also can be. And I feel like that's a panorama. That's literally a panorama, and Saweetie does not come off trying to be funny, extremely, you know, forcing to be funny. Like, I'm not gonna mention names of people who try to force themselves to be funny, but you know who I'm talking about. so, so I feel like people really are not used to people like her. She's out there just singing a pretty B music, and she's not problematic, and people don't like that. She comes out here to tell a story and people invalidate that. And I don't like that. I really don't like that. I watched that interview and I loved all of it. It was very enjoyable. It was very relatable. I loved it. But anyway, you guys, I will try and insert a snippet of that interview at the end of this video. And she also went ahead and gave Foxy her flowers and said that, well, her song Nani was inspired by Foxy Brown. The last time she did that, people thought like, well, she was being shady and things like that. But context, people, it seems like, yeah, she said the particular song was influenced by Foxy Brown. And I think previously she has cited Foxy and Nicki as a major influence in her career. So I don't think that she was being shady with that. I'll also try to insert a snippet of that particular part of the conversation. The next thing that we are going to talk about, Miss Red. Now, Miss Red was out there. I don't know what exactly she is. I don't know if she plays too much and stuff like that, because yesterday she came out, you guys, and said that, well, his show was cancelled, which people started running around, you know, saying that, well, it seems like his show was cancelled after she had previously denied that, you know, the show is getting cancelled. So she then decided to retract and say that, well, the tour is not cancelled, guys. Gosh, you can't take a joke. And at this point, I'm just I'm sorry, I'm trying to understand how that was supposed to be a joke that would benefit you, because if anything, it will cause confusion, because there are people who saw the post or where you say that the tour is cancelled, and they may not even be able to follow up on whether you said that it's now a joke. So I don't know where you draw the line with your jokes. Like, who jokes about their show being cancelled? Honestly. But hey, let me know in the comment section what you think about that. Now, the next thing that we are going to talk about, let us talk about Tasha K. Okay, it seems like Tasha K might have gotten herself yet another case, and this time it is with Soulja Boy. It's that boy William who went on Tasha K's you know, channel that's getting Tasha K in trouble. Okay, that boy went on Tasha K and started making these claims about laying down with Soulja Boy and things like that, and it seems like the boy had an NDA or something like that. So now Soulja Boy is out there serving Tasha K and basically suing her for defamation of character. Let me know in the comment section, you guys, what you think about that. Oh, just coming in, I was about to wrap up, you guys, but it's actually being reported that Joe Budden is making claims and saying that, well, the Transformer is not giving us an album. The man is saying that we will never be getting another album from the Transformer, and that she will become a feature artist. Okay, and well, one of them hosts that the people that be with Joe Budden. I just want to quickly credit Milagro, because I just bumped into this just as I was about to wrap up this. So I the first place that I saw it was of course on Milagro's page, and so yeah, it seems like one of the co-hosts was also saying that they heard the same thing. What? So you guys, you're telling me all these things that she's running around doing, there is not going to be an album? What? This is absurd, you guys. This is insane, if you ask me. Not another album? I don't know how to react to this. I really don't know how to react to this. And one thing about Joe Budden, a lot of times when he comes out making these claims, I do believe that he has some form of inside information. Unless this is part of their rollout. Wait, you guys. I haven't had time to digest this because I'm just seeing this now and I'm conveying it to you. But a part of me is now beginning to think, Joe, are you now playing with us? Because he was part of the H train, back then. He was part of those people who were out there saying that the Transformer is the best thing to ever happen to female rap. So do you think that this could also be a trick of some sort? And they're trying to shriek us, saying that, well, the album is coming, because the boldness of Joe saying this about somebody else's album, it's either it's a trick or he has inside information. No, man. Let me know, you guys, in the comment section, obviously, what you think about that. I will insert the snippet of what Joe Budden had to say.
Cardi.
Yeah,
yeah, I would absolutely. Cardi.
Yeah,
I would absolutely.
You will never get another Cardi album again.
And you've been standing on that.
I am standing on it.
And they talked about that in the office when I went up there. Like,
but now that Cardi got something dropping with my man Rob, Big Rob on Friday.
Saw that.
That's going to be crazy, but that's what Cardi's about to be now. Just a single artist. You're not getting none of that shit.
I mean, you was right, too.
About what?
About Atlantic wanting to put out an album. You was right. See, you be right sometimes about them wanting to put out an album. We don't care about none of that shit.
I ain't spoke to nobody at Atlantic. I'll just be on a hunch. So you done went and got some information from somewhere. I'm sure somebody involved wants Cardi to put out an album. Though.
What?
Yeah, of course they do.
I'm sure Offset want Cardi to put out an album. Hey, fellas out there, boyfriends, y'all know that feeling, right? When you want your bitch job, you in the house, your bitch just won't leave. She's just in there on top of you, on top of everything, not giving you space.
Let's cuddle. No.
Yeah, no, get off my arm. My arm sleep. Move. Go. Ain't you got an album to do? Don't you got a single?
You got a tour.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Give me some real elbow room.
Big
Cardi.
Yeah.
Well, there you heard what the man had to say. The Transformer says Joe is an uncle. So it could be anything at this point, okay? It could be a thing where... What? Guys, let us digest on this. And then in the next video, we'll discuss further about that. Okay, but that being said, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for making it this far. If you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button and do turn on the notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time that I post. I will insert the Saweetie snippets that I promised you. And until my next one, you guys, see you.
Eggshells. And I think it's actually great that you've shared your story. I think that's something as fans or people who are curious about you want to hear more of.
Right.
Which is one of the points when I was seeing your conversation with Kevin Hart and you were talking about your childhood and really getting a different insight on you.
Right.
We see the fame, we see the money, we see the success.
Yeah.
But hearing you say that you weren't as close to your parents in your childhood and that they apologized to you. I was like, what is happening? But you never know what somebody's going through.
Right.
What would you say for them? What did they apologize for? And what is something me as a mom I can learn to do?
Wow. That question is so special and so deep. But looking back to both of their apologies, I'll find a common, something that was common between them. But I would say just time. They were so worried about, supporting us, and they were young, so they had to do whatever they had to do to support me. But I think it was just time and attention. Yeah. My mom tells me now when she sees like little girls, she sees how much attention they need, and she just,
yeah, it's hard. Let's take a second.
Ooh, girl.
Get up.
I think moments like this sneak up on me because I think I'm not only in a vulnerable place with just my artistry, but just with myself. So emotions that I suppressed for so long, like when they pop up, I'm like, hold on.
Right. Yeah.
They're coming back.
I do feel, and I've been seeing more posts of you hanging out with your mother, right? And you see that connection. And it's like, it's a reminder that parents aren't perfect. And I'm now speaking as a